Right then.
Right then.
Good evening, all. I'm a bit croaky, so if I start coughing, I'm a bit snotty. That's
So
a nice welcome to the live, isn't it?
I always have a little smile on my face when Carole goes to press the go live button, because it's like she's like a bomb disposal expert. And she sort of hovers there and it's like, oh, shall I, shan't I? And then she clicks it and then you hear this sigh of relief.
Anyway, we're here to chat with you for the next hour or so.
We're here to what with them?
Did I say chat? That's a good start, isn't it? Here to chat with you all for the next hour and answer any of your cruise or travel questions. And we've got exciting news about our group cruise, that if you're thinking of coming along with us in 2025, then you need to obviously watch this, because there's very important information coming very soon.
Very soon.
So you might have to do a lot of the talking tonight. Probably I got a little horsey throat, haven't I? Horsey throat. Oh, yes. Anywho, let's see who's here. So lots of people in the comments already just chatting amongst each other, which we love to see. So Barbara was the first here, and she came all the way from Melbourne. So well done, Barbara. Thanks for checking in. Lovely to have you here. And Kevin Yo-Yo B is here. Seemed to be very early.
It's a good effort, Kevin, but you're 2 minutes late.
Oh, and Sarah was here nice and early. So thank you all for coming and joining us. Barbara's just saying, let's remind everyone to put a question at the beginning of their questions so Paul and Carole can see it easy. Yes, thank Barbara. If you can just write questions, ideally in capital. If there's something particular that you want to ask us, then please do, because the chat goes very fast. It's hard to keep up. And Barbara's also saying, Barbara's on form today, isn't she? Please hit the like button if you enjoy their video. It really helps them. It does. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy our chaps, because it just shows YouTube that that you enjoy that. So let's have a look to see if we've got who's here. And Barbara saying, you're most welcome. So Nick and Tracy here. So lovely to see you guys. So thank you so much.
And Tracy.
And Nick's reminds us, and make sure you subscribe too. Yes, we're doing well with our subscriptions, and it's tickling up really nicely, hasn't it?
Well, yeah.
But if you do check if you are subscribed, if you haven't, then please do, because that helps us too. Kathy's off to Slimming World, so she's going to catch up later. So lovely, have fun time there, Kathy. That's where we should be going, Pauline.
Do they do 2 desserts at Slimming World if Kathy's going?
Barbara's here from Highcliffe on Sea. So lots of Barbaras here. Weather's supposed to be 24 in Melbourne today. Some shows, which is vastly different from the US last week, at -2. Weather around the world is just crazy, isn't it? We've just had some crazy storms in the UK, which have settled down now, thankfully. We weren't affected. So if there's any of you out there that were, then hopefully you've got sorted now, because it's not been nice at all.
It was very windy in our bedroom, I can tell you. And the weather outside was bad as well.
Paulie.
Sorry, I just have to take the phone.
Just silence it, Paulie. Oh, dear. Sarah says she's from Somerset, England. Nice part of the world. So let's have a look, see what questions that we can. Barbara's asking a question about P&O providing shuttle buses in Copenhagen. I'm on Arcadia next Christmas. We haven't got that answer to that, Barbara, sorry. If someone in the comments has, we're off to Copenhagen, aren't we, on the group cruise? So that'll be interesting.
It will. So if anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah, but we're obviously not on P&O. But
no. So don't let us know, because we're not on P&O. Keep it to yourself, but no, just tell Barbara.
Well, Barbara's here saying how lucky we are seeing new vlogs ready to watch for patrons on our live chat tonight. Yes, our patrons get access to our new videos early. So our video out this Friday is called Frustrations at Sea on our transatlantic cruise. Oh, we've got a banner for that.
Oh, well, there you go.
Let me show you this. So so this is our video out on Friday. Which is a third in a 4-part series of our transatlantic cruise. And if you haven't watched it already, this is now out on our YouTube channel about our transatlantic cruise, episode 2. So and they've gone down really well. We've had such great feedback, haven't we, about
no banner for episode 1.
Well, episode 1 was no, I didn't put a banner in for episode 1.
That's a little bit disappointing.
I know, but you'll find it. Just go to our YouTube channel. But they've been received really well. So thank you to everyone who's watched them so far. So everyone's chatting here. So let's see if we can see the first question. Well, David's saying about shuttle buses in Copenhagen. So, yes, they are available. So, thanks for that, David. Hawks Travels are here. Even though I hope everyone has a great week so far. And Anne's here. So lovely to see Anne and Mike. Oh, Anne's Insta360. We've been talking to Anne on Patreon and advising about the 360 and stuff. She's bought it. So our friend Kate, it's very exciting. We won't be showing it yet or here because we're going to show our patrons first. But she's made a bag specifically for Paul's Insta360, and it's awesome.
It's not specifically for mine. Any other Insta360 will also fit, but it's all mine.
Yes, those that you remember had that beautiful ultimate travel bag that Kate bought. That has now become available to buy. We're making that's the royal wear in it. Kate's making 10.
The royal wear. The royal wear.
Kate's making a limited edition 10 bags, and our patrons have been given first dibs on them, and we've already had we've already sold a quarter of them. What is it, Paul?
Bearing in mind, there's only 10 available. This is how good Carole is at maths. There's only 10 available. We've sold a quarter of them. So we've sold 2 of them.
No, we haven't.
We've sold 30% of them.
Yes.
How hard can it be? There's 10. We've sold 3.
I know.
30%.
And they've only been available for, an hour?
Yeah.
So, but if you want to have a look at that and find out more about that bag, then you'll need to obviously join our paid Patreon. So, but that's exciting that other people, I'm the only one with that bag in the world at the moment, and there's going to be 10 others that people can own of that exact design and exact colours. And then Kate's looking at other things that we can make for the future, including Paula's new bag. Yes. Man bag. Right, back to the question. So let's see. Rose said she just turned the heating off. Yes, we put our heating on briefly earlier, but it got so hot, didn't it? So it is much milder now, thankfully. Paul's all toasty in Preston, so lovely to see that your weather is improved too. And Lisa's saying it's +2 in Calgary today. So that's been balmy yeah. Because you've had crazy weather. And Peter's here from a sunny Australia. So everyone's saying hello, how are you? I'm well, thanks. Amanda's here from Blackpool. So lovely to see you. So where's the first question? And here they are, Paul and Carole. Like an introduction. Hello, Tom and Dom, and Claire's here. Got somebody here, and Lou's here. So lovely to see you, Lou. I can't see any questions. Do ask us some questions. Where are they? Question. So let's have a look here. Question. Is P&O RV and owners a bland and realised as per the various videos online? The interior just doesn't look as good as it should be, considering excluding from future cruises. Now, we haven't been on Arvia, but we've been on Iona. I wouldn't say the interior is bland. I would say that it's very neutral, isn't it? Compared, I suppose some people might say that's bland.
It's certainly not. If you go on like an MSC ship, especially a newer one, there is from one extreme to the other. That's all bling and shine, and I'd say it's something over substance. I would call an MSC ship because it promises so much and unfortunately delivers very little.
In our experience, on the ships we've been on.
Whereas P&O, yes, it's definitely more on the neutral side, bland side, and we've been on Carnival Celebration, which is exactly the same ship as Iona, and when you see what Carnival's done with the same spaces, it does make Iona look very bland, I have to say. But
however,
it's not
it's not a ship that you walk on, you think, oh, wow factor. But actually, it's a really great ship.
Yeah.
It's got some fantastic outside spaces. It's got some fantastic entertainment. We've had good. I wouldn't say the food is exceptional, but we've had good food on there. So, and the prices that you can get cruises on Iona is very, very reasonable, isn't it? It's really good value for money. So we wouldn't go on Iona again, wouldn't we? No problem at all. And we would like to try Arvia. I think Arvia's got some subtle differences, hasn't it? I think with Nick and Tracy, we know you well, don't you? Because you're in our Discord and Patreon, and you've done a lot of celebrity. And when you've been on ships like the Beyond and Edge, which when you walk in are just like, oh wow. I think when you walk on a P&O ship, you are going to be disappointed, but I think you have to go with some realistic expectations, because
I would describe it as a good middle of the road cruise ship.
Yeah,
It's not, you don't think, oh, this is rubbish, but you also don't think, oh my God, this is like the best cruise ship I've ever been on. It's a good, steady
Eddie.
middle of the road, or a
Yeah.
good steady Eddie. And I would say the food is the same. I've been on there. We've done a bit of speciality, and we've done, you know, the main dineries, what have you. And there's nothing that really blew me away, but there was nothing I thought, oh, that was terrible. I wouldn't feed that to a dog, or what, you know. It's a good, steady Eddie, middle of the road. But I will say the entertainment is very good.
Yeah, it is.
It's better than a lot that's out there. So that's, for me, where it excels is really the entertainment. In our humble opinion.
I agree. Yeah. So Manda's here saying, I hope everyone survived the storms. David's here from Dublin. Gosh, my eyes are going as well with my scratchy throat. Chris is from Southampton, and Diane's in Cheshire. So lovely to see all you guys here. And Alfie's here, so always lovely to see Alfie from London.
I bet you Alfie won't be here come 8 o'clock.
Come 8 o'clock. Is it football night, is it?
Yes, it's a semi-final of the Cup, Fulham against Liverpool.
Yeah, Terry Cecilia came off owner with Chesterfield. There's lots of it. It's that time of year, isn't it? There's lots of bugs around. I don't feel ill. It's just annoying more than anything. Michelle's here as well, and Gillian. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. So let's Rebecca's in a windy Swindon. Oh, I wonder if she lives, Dan's here.
I wonder if she lives anywhere near the weirdest roundabout in the British Isles.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So Dan's here, and he was we were just chatting to Dan before we went on live about a few things, and the inaugural cruise of Sun Princess has been cancelled. I didn't know that. Yeah, well, you were in the shower. So that's gutting, isn't it? So Dan was due to go cruising in a couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting to see why is it being cancelled, and what's the plan? Because that ship does look very interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of gutted people out there tonight, particularly if you've booked it not as a package, because I know it was going from, if I remember rightly, Dan, it was in the Med, wasn't it? I think so. For those that have booked flights and stuff,
you'll have to fly to Vietnam now and join us on the river cruise.
Yes. Yeah, for those of you that missed our live last week, we announced that we're going on this fantastic trip. We're heading off to Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia and Japan in just under 2 weeks' time. So do make sure you check out our live from last week. So
it's actually 10 days.
10 days.
It's a week on Saturday. Get in.
Dawn's in Fareham in Hampshire. Heather saying she'd love to have joined the group cruise, but the time didn't work for me. No, it hasn't worked for some because of it's not in school holidays, etc.
Yeah.
But
it hasn't worked for me, so I'm not going either. So
no, but I booked for a 12-night Queen Anne Norway trip in 2025. So very buzzed. Yeah, Queen Anne looks like she's going to be absolutely amazing, and we can't wait. Well, we're hoping with the Dan's news about Sun Princess inaugural, we hope that doesn't get changed. But they seem to be on track, don't they? Because they're making lots of announcements, Cunard, about on social media that it's going to be happening.
Well, they've already shifted. So they've already shifted it once, aren't they? Because it should have been this month, shouldn't it? Initially.
Yes. No, it was. It was the original.
So right again?
You were right.
Have I been right twice?
We're gonna have to get it on the calendar
in the space of one live.
It doesn't happen often.
No. I know I can always go back to this video just to say, yes, you were right. I can just have it on a loop.
Yeah. So Catherine said she's here, but thought I'd miss you. So lovely to see you, Catherine. And Bridget. So it's lovely to see you here. Greetings from Drizzly Vegas. Oh, wow. That's unusual too. Adrian and Angela checking in from Barnsley, and Tina's in bed with the flu. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? It is horrible. So Lou's asking a question about the draft pop soda like on P&O, thinking of having the refresh package as we drink more soft drinks than alcohol.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong people.
Well, we're the experts on the alcoholic packages. Packages. But we had some Diet Coke. I can't remember. Was it soda? I know they got the water machines that you can go fill up your cans of water in, the little bottles of water. So if anyone knows the answer to that, then please do.
And if nobody knows the answer, Emma is the master of the soda package.
Yes, Emma Cruises.
Because apparently she's found a loophole where she buys the child's soda package.
I think that happened once.
No, she does it all the time.
Okay.
Where she has the
So
child's
yeah, so
soda
do
package.
check out Emma's because she's the soda queen. Yeah. Tom's asking about what do you think about Sun Princess? Yeah, like we just said, Tom, that is so gutting for those because it's 2 weeks away, isn't it? So I don't know, something drastic must have gone on. So if you know, let us know in the comments. Susan's in beautiful Northumberland, and Kath is in Virginia Beach. 70 degrees today. Very, very nice. Bridget's asking if we ever used Brittany ferries. If so, how bad was seasickness? We have used Brittany ferries when we used to go to France with friends, and we've also been to Belgium on the ferries. And to be fair, most of our crossings were fine, but we had one dreadful one, didn't we, where most people were ill. So the English Channel is very, very unpredictable. So you just never know. So our biggest advice about any cruise or taking a ferry trip, just make sure you go and dose yourself up before you get on, because then you're prepared. And Alfie's confirming that the shuttle buses run from Britannia in Copenhagen last year, so thanks for that, Alfie, appreciate that. Johnny and Will have arrived from Belfast, so nice to see you here. And Kirsty's here. Christy. I'm just rubbish tonight, aren't I?
I'm just here just to translate.
So Dawn's asking about excursions on Sky Princess Fjords. Do let us know what ports you're going to, Dawn, because then we can advise. We've got on our website some advice for Shoalden and some other cruise destinations, but let's know because there's so many ports in Norway. It's hard to answer that question without being more specific.
Well, there's definitely some you can do yourself, but like Carole said, it depends where you're going.
Exactly that. So Dawn, Wendy's asking, hi guys, do you know if the Queen Mary 2 is having a total refit or partial when she goes into dry dock? She went into dry dock in November after we got off on our transatlantic, and she's had a partial refit. All the cabin balconies have been painted, all the exterior has been painted, and it looks like, or we know because Philippa, our roving reporter from QM2, one of our patrons, was filling us in on all the details, that most of the carpets throughout the ship have been replaced, and some of the upholstery, some of the chairs have been changed. But apart from that, the cabins remain the same and other venues remain the same. But it's just had a good sort of, I think
Philippa's in the chat tonight, I believe.
I haven't seen Philippa yet, but she's normally here, so I'm sure she'll. So yeah, so but the programs, the venues, everything is so do check out our QM2 vlogs that are out now, because it'll show you what you can do on and not do on Queen Mary 2. So Denise is going on her first cruise on Friday. Britannia and the Caribbean cannot wait. Have a fabulous time. It makes our day when we get so many comments. After watching your videos, we've now gone on our first cruise, because it's just, we hope that you love it as much as we do.
And we still haven't done Britannia, because Britannia
we
is
haven't.
Quite popular P&O.
Yeah,
we've never done that.
No. So so Denise is here from sunny Mount Wanganua in New Zealand. Is that how you say that?
No, I wouldn't have thought so, mate. You can't even say like normal words. So you
beautiful blue sky and temperature 27.
I would have said that's Moonganui. Mounganui. No, because it'd be Mount Mound. Moonganui I'm going for.
Looks good. We can't answer this, but I will show this question because for Peter, because obviously with the conflict with the Suez Canal, does anyone have any news of what's happening with Queen Victoria's World Voyage? Because obviously all that trouble, isn't it, in that part of the world, that region, a lot of cruises are being affected. So do let us know. David's saying also that hop-on, hop-off buses can be picked up near a cruise terminal in Copenhagen. We do love a ho-ho bus, don't we, Pauline?
Well, I didn't even know it was called a ho-ho bus until the cruise monkeys told us that.
Yes. So and we've used them in lots of places around the world. So that's good to know too. Andrew's getting ready for a high team. Oh, I love that. I've been busy sorting through cruising clothes today. Yes. That's always exciting when you're getting ready.
God. The trouble is, I have... I don't know how many cruises ago I was packing X amount of trousers, and Carole said, well, "You got a lot of trousers there, ain't you, mate?" And I said, "Well, yeah." So I said, "Though the ones to the left, they're for up until day 3."
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what? Were you planning on getting them dirty or something? I said, no. I said, because I know by day 3 they won't fit me anymore. So then I go on to the rest. So I take 2 sizes. Unfortunately, the last time I went, I took the bigger size. But I'm pleased to announce that I got into my smaller trousers this week. I don't know how long for.
Yes.
But
well, where we're going in Asia, we tend to eat a lot healthier, don't we?
And Carole wore something today that I bought her 28 years ago. She said, oh my God, I can't believe it still fits. It was a scarf.
I wonder where we're going with that, because I was thinking, I have no idea what it was on about. So Nick and Tracy are asking, how many minutes hours go into a vlog video, and how long does it take to make a video? Love your unbiased reviews of your cruises. Well, thank you, Nick and Tracy.
It takes me about 10 minutes.
So how it works is, basically, while I'm away, we obviously film. We try to get a happy balance when we're away, because we want to enjoy being in the moment on the cruise. So that's why we sit on our bed and sort of recapture the day, so that then I've got a running vlog of what's happened. I don't always use all that footage, and I intertwine that with the vlog footage that we do around the ship. Now, to start off with, while I'm away, what I have to do is organize that there and then. Otherwise, it's all a pickle when you get home. So I do commit to spending sort of a half an hour to an hour per day when I'm on the cruises to download everything that I've done on my GoPro and on my phone and on Paul's stuff to an external drive. So it's all saved, just in case I lose my phone, we lose the GoPro. So we know that that day before is all safe and ready. So that in itself, when you're doing it, is time consuming. When we get home, then it makes it easier. Then I fix it into day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, etc. So then I can then download. I use iMovie as editing software, which is very basic. There are other things out there to use that can do more special effects, but I'm really happy with just the basic version of iMovie, which is free. And then what I do is I sit down and then pull in all those the sitting down on the bed type.
She pulls in all the stuff that we've recorded for that day when we've been sitting on the bed. She pulls all that in, and then she goes through
and I use that as like a skeleton
to see what's relevant. And then she drops other stuff in, because it was only how long did it take? They didn't want to know, like,
oh, sorry,
can you? It's not like ancestry. You're going back to like 1243.
So from start to finish, it takes me, I think, really for like our last episode, which our vlogs last between sort of 30 and 40 minutes. And for me to do that, I need a good sort of 3 to 4 8-hour days of sat at the computer to do that. So that takes a long time. And, you know, when we did this, when I retired, we wanted this to be part-time. So which is why we only put 1 video out a week, because if I was doing this every day and had pressure to put 2 videos out, I wouldn't be enjoying live. My head would explode.
So a rough rule of thumb is however many minutes the video is long, that's how many hours it's probably taken. So a 30-minute video will take approximately 30.
Think so.
But that doesn't include what Carole started with, is the daily thing when you're actually on the cruise of categorizing stuff and making sure it's on an external drive, etc., etc.
Yeah, exactly that. So. But I find it very fulfilling. It's this hobby that's now grown into a small business, which is obviously supporting us in retirement, and I love it. And there's nothing I get. It's like today I exported obviously the episode that's going up Friday for all our patrons, and I feel it's a real sense of achievement. So any of you aspiring vloggers out there, just give it a go, because it is very rewarding. It's hard work and you have to stick at it and you have to commit yourself, but it's worth it, because we wouldn't be sat here chat to all you guys, would we?
Well, I think about 400 people turned off things. You took the long time to answer the question.
Sorry. But lots of people are asking it, man.
She works really, really hard, and I'm really proud of her. And then what I do towards that, I mean, obviously I'm the eye candy, as you can see, but there might be 3, 4, 5, however many voiceovers that get done, and then she said, right, I want you to explain what we're doing now. And then I write it down. She says to me, that's rubbish. And then she tells me what to write, and then I say it.
No.
She can't write it down, because despite the fact she's now retired as a nurse for 2.5 years, she still writes exactly like a nurse, which means nobody can read it, including her.
Paul is he obviously pulls all his 360 footage down as well, and that's.
She says, have you got any footage of this? And I'm like,
I know. He's very helpful. So Pixie Dust Travelers here from Georgia in the US. So thank you for coming. And we got Moon 547. Hello from rainy Washington State. And 60 days until we head to Tokyo and then 40-day Japan cruise. Yes, very, very exciting.
We're just going to miss each other.
I know. It would have been such good fun to have met up. Nicholas here. So love to see you here. Good evening. Right there. So Julie's asking, we booked a Riverside River cruise, Amsterdam to Budapest. I understand there's a reborn Crystal Cruises product. Have you any information about the new Crystal? We don't.
We don't.
Julie, but River Cruise from Amsterdam to Budapest is amazing. We've done obviously the Rhine and we've done the Danube, and I'm sure you're in for a treat. So if there is anyone in the comments that knows anything about the new Crystal, then please do let us know and we'll pop it on screen.
Well, maybe Dan will know.
Yeah, maybe Dan will. Roger's here from East Coast Canada. Love your laugh. Oh, thank you. I presume you're on about me, not him, because he doesn't laugh very much.
I just laugh like Sid James.
Gavin's asking, please can you ask which is the best cruise line for disabled? All the best. Now, we've gone on, most cruise lines are very accessible friendly, as long as you make them known that you are coming and you give them all the information beforehand, because we've traveled with Paul's dad previously and whenever we've been with him it's not been a problem, but
it's only been a problem once, and I have to interject, and they were awful, and how I kept my cool I don't know. And we did a cruise, the first time we cruised with MSC on the MSC Opera. They were of all our 50 cruises, they were head and shoulders the worst I've ever known for treating people with disabilities. Absolutely diabolical. They
wouldn't let us go, or it was
just awful.
It was very difficult. However, we've sailed with John with P&O, and that was
P&O good. Princess were good. Cunard were good, apart from my dad had an
one accessible cabin,
and it was awful. It was just so bad, it was unbelievable, and we felt really bad because we didn't even go and look at his cabin until halfway through. So we'll have a look around your cabin, John. And he said, well, you won't be very impressed with it. And we got there and we thought, no, we're not very impressed. It was terrible. And we went and complained, and the bloke on the reception, he looked at me, he's like, are you serious? I said, yeah, I am serious, mate. That cabin is not fit for use. We've actually put a video out about it, actually not fit for use. And it was awful. But as a rule, to be fair, Cunard hasn't been as good as P&O and Princess.
The accessible cabin on P&O are excellent. Also on Princess, they were very, very good. There's a lot of vloggers out there that actually are wheelchair accessible vloggers, so do check them out because they've got lots of good information. And something popped into my head then. We've got on our website, I put a post together of all the accessible cabins, so you can have a look at the different, what companies and how it does differ. But
as far as treating people with disabilities, the only one that was really poor was when we were on the MSC Opera. Everybody else has been fantastic.
Brilliant.
The biggest arguments we get when we go on cruises is everybody wants to have a go on my dad's mobility scooter. So if we take it, like when we were going for an evening meal, we would take him to the table, and what they'd like you to do is to take the scooter away and put it by the door or whatever, so it doesn't get in people's way. And there will be like waitresses like, oh, can I drive that? Oh, and they're all there, aren't they? Ready? Like, I'll go and get your scooter for you, John.
There's lots of people that cruise that have disabilities, and it's an ideal way, particularly if you want to see a part of the world, even if you can't get off the ship. Paul's dad loved it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Even he could just look. He didn't want to get off or do anything, but every morning you'd wake up someone new. So we definitely would recommend it. Just make sure you use a good travel agent. Check out with Dan, and make sure that you ask, let them know, which Dan would do that for you, our travel agent who's fab. The guys are saying, does Carole ever sleep on Discord night and day? I know, I love chatting to people. So that's good. Claire's asking, when is the group cruise? It's May 2025, which we'll go on to. We're nearly halfway through the year, aren't we? So we'll go on to in a moment about that. I
forgot all about that in the excitement.
Yeah, so there's just so many people here just saying, Ben's here, Ben Herdman, Ben and Claire. So lovely to see you, Carole.
Cheers,
Not so
Ben.
much Paul, but we have to put up with him to get to you. I've never been to Thailand, but Kurt always raves about it. Where would you recommend?
Well, I'd recommend that she went on her own, Ben. You'll have a much better time. For us, Koh Samui, which is where we're going next, that is a really, really good starter place to go if you're going to go to Thailand, because it's a small island which you can circumnavigate in probably an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But there's lots of different areas where you can have a quiet, tranquil, there's hardly anything there, beautiful beaches, right up to bonkers nightlife that's like being in the center of Bangkok. So it's a very good, if you were going there for a couple of weeks, we can point you in the right direction of like maybe do 4 or 5 days here, 4 or 5 days there. Because when you move, it's you move half an hour, you're at the next place anyway. But that would, to me, would be a good starter. And we got quite a bit of information about Koh Samui.
We do, and also obviously we're going to be there in 2 weeks' time. So follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because we'll be sharing daily posts there about what we're getting up to. The other places that are beautiful, if you love little smaller islands and you want to do some island hopping, is the Krabi province, which is actually on the western side of the country, southwest.
Yeah, but mainland,
so that's a good one. We've had a fantastic holidays there where we've based ourselves in Onang, which is a very busy resort, but then you can then go off and do some island hopping, and that worked really well. And we ended up staying in Koh Lanta, and you can go to Phi Phi and all places like that. The other place as well is which is very popular, is Chiang Mai, which is in the north. And we've been there, we had a 4-day break there, didn't we, before we went to Koh Lak, which is another place which is above Phuket. And that is great if you want to see a little bit of a quieter sort of city life. And they've got a fantastic elephant sanctuary there where they look after all the rescued elephants. And that was just an amazing experience, wasn't it? So there's so many places to go. But I totally agree with Paul. Koh Samui has it all on this island. So it's a good starting point. Ali B's asking, oh, my mouse won't move. Ali B's asking, what are your favourite places to stay in Southampton the night before a cruise? We booked a few and need to start cancelling our duplicates. Do you want to take that?
We've talked about Southampton hotels at length, and it's all down to but one of the factors for us is obviously we need parking. If you don't need parking, it's a totally different animal to where you would stay. Our always default is a Holiday Inn, because you can get a stay and cruise package where they look after your car. You get up to 2 weeks parking. They put you in a taxi to go to and from the cruise port, and it's anywhere between £200 and £250, depending on what time of year you go. But that includes your parking up to 2 weeks. That includes your taxi to and from the cruise port, and that includes your breakfast. So when you take all those things, it's 150, 160 quid for a week's parking if you go to CPS. So you factor that into your 250, so that brings it down to 90 quid. It's 20 quid worth of breakfast, that brings it down to 70 quid. Taxi there and back. So in the end, you're staying there for about 50 quid. But if parking isn't a factor for you, then the Holiday Inn is very bad value for money, because you still get charged virtually the same amount of money whether you're parking or not.
The cruise ports aren't far from any hotel really in Southampton, so we tend to look at what's the cheapest and what facilities we want, as Paul's just explained. Now, there's Allrin West Quay. There's you've got Moxie, you've got Premier Inn, and they're very good, and you can pick them up at a good price sometimes, but they don't have a safe in the room. So it depends what's important to you. On our website, we've got a post about all our Southampton hotels we've stayed in. So check that out. And you can stay in all different standards of hotel. They got the Ibis budget, which is totally sparse.
You have to make your own bed. When you say make your own bed when you get there, I don't mean put the sheets on. You have to physically make the bed.
So you've got a selection of Ibises, but then you've got right up to the Harbour Hotel, which is a beautiful hotel, but it's very expensive. So do check that post out. But there's lots of options, and they're all within a very short taxi drive from the ports, and some within walking distance, aren't they? So Sue's here from Queensland in Australia. So lovely to see you here. Jill's just saying, made it a few minutes late. Really enjoyed catching up on your Tui Isla River cruise. Would love to do that. Got an offer of a free cruise on Carnival Friends. Trying to decide. So if you'd offered a free cruise, sometimes is it free? Because it might be that you've been given this cruise, but it's going to cost you to get there. How are you going to get there? What actually does that include? If it doesn't include drinks, it doesn't include excursions. So something that's offered as a free, what is it going to actually
Sometimes
cost
there's
you?
no such thing as a free lunch.
No, exactly. However, if it's affordable for you, then you know, and they're giving you it, then try it.
Crack on, I say.
But yeah, our TUI Isla River cruise. We're just doing a new post to our website actually about the new TUI River cruise ship, aren't we? Because that's something that we would like to do. So that'll be coming soon to our website. So Peter's saying, can you recommend a Virgin Cruises? I found a possible one today. I can recommend them. Paul doesn't. We had a very different thoughts. I thought Virgin Cruises they're trying to do something very different, and I quite embraced that and enjoyed it. Paul found it that it was change for change's sake.
I just think they've tried to be so different. Like I said, if you've watched a tenth of our vlogs when anybody touches on Virgin, the thing that I find hilarious at the moment is our advertising campaign, which is luxury yacht experience. What a load of cobblers. Luxury yacht. Yeah. It's not a luxury yacht. It's in all fairness, it's a very pretty ship, and there's lots of areas on there that are quite nice. But there's also things on there that are stupid, like seats that are only 2 inches off the floor and you have to roll on the trouble is, what they've done is they've aimed the ship. So you started me now, and I don't think I'll be able to stop. Well, I'm going to miss the football, everything. They've tried to aim at the young, beautiful people who saunter around in bikinis and, you know, they're 6'2" and all that stuff. Yeah, we can do that. But unfortunately, they're not interested. So the people who are interested is duffers like us. And I can't sit on a seat that's that far off the floor and you need a block and tackle to get you up. And I'm not interested in having a piece of toast that's got hundreds and thousands on and it's called fairy toast. I'm not interested in that sort of stuff. And they can't do anything like call it a cabin. It's a whatever. And it's not onboard spend, it's sailor's loot. And they've just done all this stuff to be different just for being different sake. And personally, I don't like it.
Paul was impressed.
I wasn't impressed, but I think the fact, I don't know if there's some older people on here. There used to be, I don't know if it was a carpet shop or a furniture shop, and there used to be a bloke that used to sprint outside and he had a cape on like Superman. If somebody can tell me the name of this place, I'll be chuffed to bits. And there was always a sale on. Don't matter what time of year it was, there was always a sale on. Oh, it's the so-and-so sale. And it was always like that. I dare you to try and book a Virgin cruise at full price because they can't sell them. So that's why it's constantly 50% off, 60% off, 70% off. Never going to give you some bigger money. So that's it. So you shouldn't have asked, should you?
Well, Peter, I think the positive things that I think is that they are trying to do different things. I think there were some very good food venues. The wake was very good. Yeah. I really liked that they got a similar setup like the island, not the island, but for the kitchens on Morella. So I think there were some really good elements. I love the amount of outside space. If I was going to go on a Virgin ship, I'd go somewhere warm on it because they have got some lovely outside areas. Pool very small. So if you like swimming and stuff, that's not going to be. It's more of a dipping pool. But I do think that they are quite good fun. They are random. They do have some great parties. We've seen some good shows. We've seen some other shows that made us cringe.
We've seen some good shows. We've seen some good shows, but it was exactly the same shows that we saw previously.
But we've got 2 vlog series on, Peter. So
I've sold you on it now. Peter, you'll be straight over there to watch it.
Anyway, Jerry's saying, good evening, Paul and Carole. Just watched the latest Come 2 vlog. Really good. Thank you, Jerry.
Cheers, Jerry.
So, they're going down really well, so we're really chuffed with that. Ted K, have a nice day, saying waiting for a delayed flight in Dallas and got you on the phone. Oh, I hope you get on your flight soon. So Alf is back on Iona as a solo in March. So Iona, we've been on twice and we liked it. So Claire is, I'm just in the UK in mid-September. Want to know if Morella's good for solo cruises. I'm having a hard time finding a good short cruise from Southampton.
Well, you won't be able to do a Morella cruise from the UK because unfortunately, they don't sail out of the UK. They sail from Palma.
Well, all over the world.
All over the world, but they don't sail.
They
currently don't sail out of the UK.
No, there is a. What I'm trying to think of here is
I don't know what she's trying to think of.
Singing solos. There is. I'm just trying to think of Terry's group. the Facebook group. It's Marella All Ships. There's a really good Marella cruise ship group where they talk a lot about solo stuff because the admins there actually cruise solo. And Terry's gonna, when I see him next, he's gonna slap my legs. I'll try and find it, but I can't see it.
I'll
there.
try and find it. You keep talking.
But they've traveled solo and they have a great time. So yeah, I would say Morella's a fun ships, and we're all, wherever you sit, people talk to each other and stuff. So I think if I was going solo, I think Marella would be a good choice. So apologies, Terry, he's going to tell me off, but hopefully we'll remember it. But it's a really good Facebook group that's full of information, and they talk about solos a lot. So Tony's saying about Sun Princess that it's delivered end of February now. Ted's been cancelled, yeah, on Sun Princess as well. Just got the email out. Medallions shipped yesterday. Wow. Let's have a look. Elisa's just saying they come from Canada. We stay at the Leonardo Grand Harbour, close enough to walk to the cruise port. Yeah, we've stayed there too. That's in our post.
We better talk about this group cruise stuff, haven't we, really?
Oh, yes. Well, you do that. Yes, group cruise news.
Group cruise news. It's no drum roll because it's just... Well, it is what it is. I feel like an old newsreader.
Well, now. I think we've been inundated and overwhelmed, haven't we?
We've had another surge of bookings as of late, and we're now in the region of 200 people going.
Yeah.
So we have decided, and we've spoken to Dan, we've had a sales meeting, and we're now going to officially cap the group cruise to 240 people, which Princess said we can have 250. We're going to do it to 240. Now, that basically means there's about 20 cabins left, depending on if it's solos or not. So we're not going to do it on cabins. We're going to do it on people. So at this moment in time, there is 40 spaces available.
Yeah.
So once those 40 people have booked, which, bearing in mind, obviously, we're still over, 15 months out now. Bearing in mind, it was over 2 years when we first booked it. So it's all, getting closer by the minute. If and when, I think is more of a when, we reach the 240, we would then, Dan will knock a form up and we'll have a waiting list. So obviously, once it's sold out, because we have had some, we've had some people cancel because they all of a sudden they've got somebody's getting married, or they realise they can't work it in, or can't get the time off, whatever. So
only a couple,
but only a few. Yeah. So that's the news.
But we don't want people to miss out.
We don't want people to miss out. So if you're thinking about it, if you were thinking, oh, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it till nearer the time. This is your warning.
Yeah.
Only 40 spaces left, approximately 20 cabins.
Yeah, that's right. So
so that's it. My work's here done. I'm going to go and watch the football.
This is the Marella Cruises All Ships. They've got 35,000 members, but it's a really useful group that we're part of, and Terry and the admins are full of information. So let's have a look. Let's see what other questions. Denise is just saying, Butch cruise with Dan on the weekend. Sun Princess around the Med in 2025. He so officially made the book for straight away, even though it was Sunday evening whilst watching TV. Men can multitask. Dan can. Perhaps not Paulie Morgan. Lou said, I said to hubby, I bet they won't know about the pop on board. What are you doing? He's on strike.
I'm out.
JBM's Travel says, should you do research before booking a hotel? We always do. My go-to thing is obviously TripAdvisor, and I look to see if there's any reviews online before I make a decision about booking a TripAdvisor. Go with the majority, because there's some people there that just moan about anything. So I think you can get I try to look at the trend of reviews. So I would always, yes, whatever you're doing, whether you're booking a cruise, hotel, whatever you do, make sure you do the research first. So Life of the Parks here. Hello, see you, Steve. So Princess Cruise and Fincantieri have mutually agreed to delay delivery of Sun Princess. Sounds like the ship isn't ready. Yeah, it sounds like that, doesn't it? So, and I wanted to, Steve, I want to give a shout out here to Nicola, who runs our shop for us, who's been doing a fantastic job with all our merch. We've sold so much; it's been amazing, and she's now doing a cracking job with the bespoke ultimate travel bags. She's a star, so that's
Bespoke.
awesome. Ultimate travel bag.
Yeah, well, that's what you said the first time. I think you said travel bogs.
Did I? Oh dear.
We haven't designed any travel bogs yet, but we'll keep you posted on that.
Andrew saying there, toying with the Christmas river cruise or possibly staying in Quebec City. Not done a river cruise yet. Any recommendation? Prefer adults only. Christmas river cruises look fabulous, and we're hoping to do one too, aren't we? This year or next. We've not done a Christmas river cruise. However, I know too we were doing some fantastic deals, weren't we? They late deals. So it depends on where, with a Christmas river cruise, it depends on where you want to go because there's so many of them, isn't it? Quebec City is interesting because we will be there in September. So we'll be able to report back on that because we're on the lovely Gary Benbridge's group cruise in September. And that's one of the ports that we go to.
No, is it? And how are we saying that place?
Quebec.
Quebec.
I don't think it's got a K on the end though, but
well,
but anyway,
I don't think that alters the sound of it because you sometimes call it Quebec because you pronounce stuff weirdly because you're weird. I can get away with saying almost any. If I'm reading, if she's scrolling and reading, I can almost say anything at all, and I get away with that.
Lionel said there's 20% off on P&O drinks packages at the moment. Does it make it worthwhile taking? It depends on how much you drink. So if you go to our website, we've got all the P&O prices, bar prices. So if you drink just say, I don't know, 4 pints of cider a day, then it probably isn't. No. But if you love cocktails or you love the high-end spirits and love your gins and whiskies or whatever, then probably it is. Well, so do the maths and then you'll find out.
Because I think one of the packages is £45. If you get 20% off that brings that down to £36.
So it's not bad value.
So if you would have to have, so a cocktail is usually between £7 and £8 on P&O. So you would have to have 5 cocktails a day to make it worth your while, which in all fairness, I know it's like people look at us and say, oh, that's horrible. You drink 5 drinks a day. But I mean, spread over, you wouldn't want to do it on a world cruise for 130 days.
No,
but if you're on a cruise
but if you have a couple of drinks at lunchtime, isn't it? And then you have some in the evening.
Yeah. The couple with your breakfast.
No, breakfast. So, Philippa is here.
I knew she was. Yes. I knew you were here, Philippa.
So, so Philippa was our roving reporter on the QM2, giving us feedback. So thank you for that, Philippa. It was very, very useful. So JBM's just asking, what happens if you need hospital treatment on a cruise? All cruise ships have a fully functioning medical team with doctors and nurses, and they have a fully equipped hospital. And depending on what condition you present with and how serious it is, the captain will decide whether you need to be airlifted off, how far are they away from the nearest cruise port so that they could get you off by a pilot boat, or you could be airlifted off if they felt that hospitalization was needed. So there's so many variables there. But the key message to anyone cruising is do not cruise without travel insurance.
And if you saw Martin Lewis, I thought, I read it, I thought he's an idiot, and he doesn't even know what the acronym is. And he said, when you book a holiday, get your travel insurance ASAB. And I think, no, I think you mean ASAP, don't you? And then, of course, I read it, and no, he did mean ASAB, which is as soon as you book.
Yes.
Because, and quite rightly, you could book something for a year's time, and then some illness might beset you that means you can't go. But if you haven't got your travel insurance at that point, and you've paid your balance on that cruise, which some cruise lines, somebody was telling us the other day, is when you got to pay a year in advance. What cruise line was that?
Viking.
So if you're doing a Viking cruise, you've got to pay your balance a year in advance. Now, if you haven't got your travel insurance and then 6 months before your cruise, you have an illness that means you can't go, you're tatered, basically.
Yeah.
So you book your cruise and then you get your travel insurance in place straight away. It doesn't matter that it might not be in until a year's time. Get it straight away. Get it banged in. And of course, the chances are it's going to be cheaper now than it is in a year's time as well, because obviously everything goes up. So yeah, and that's if you got airlifted off a cruise ship, you could be talking hundreds of thousands of pounds.
The other thing I would add in there as well, when you're looking at cruise travel insurance, sometimes a annual travel plan might only be a few pounds more or a few dollars more than a one voyage insurance. Yeah. We found that out in the past with advising friends, haven't we? Yeah. So make sure, and if you are travel regularly like we do, we've got an annual travel insurance, which is with our bank, which we've had for years, which covers everything and it just rolls over. So we're continually covered. And that's just reassuring. Obviously, we travel a lot, but for those that you do more than just one cruise a year, it's certainly something to think about. So Dawn's just saying that's her port she's going to. So Alisund is a lovely town that you can walk very easily off the ship. So
which one's that?
That's the one with all the steps up the mountain that you can look over. Okay. We went to that hotel and had bottomless coffee.
So you walk across the bridge where the river goes under, and then round, and that's where they got like a co-op or something, haven't they? Is that the one?
No.
I thought that was the one. Then we went to a hotel in which we could see the ship from with your sister.
No, Jane's never been to Alisund.
Oh, okay.
No, ignore
don't
that.
Listen to me. Sorry.
So, if you've never been to Alisund, it's a great town to walk around.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we went down to use the Wi-Fi. Yeah. I'm back in the room.
Oldham is one of our favourite ports, and you can book excursions there, but it's easy to explore by using the hop-on, hop-off bus there, using the Noddy train, and doing it yourself at the low-end skylift. So that's easy. Shoulden as well. We've got a post on our website about Shoulden where you can organise rib rides on your own that are a lot cheaper than the excursion, which we did. And that's a great one. And Stavanger, again, you can walk off the ship and it's very easy to navigate around Stavanger. And we booked a rib ride there, didn't we, as well? Yeah. Which went to the local fjord, which was amazing. So you got some really good ports on your that's a great itinerary.
Yeah, I remembered them. They're really good.
Yeah, exactly. Mary's saying hi from Illinois. Do you know where Illinois is, Paulie?
That's where Chicago
is. It is. So we're excited because we're big fans of Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, aren't we? And that's coming back. The new series should be about starting soon, won't they?
You said that.
Series. JP, have we ever had our bag searched? Yes.
Not search, but when we went on Carnival Celebration,
yeah,
because they have in the past had a lot of problems with I'm going to call them stupid people who have too much to drink, take drugs, and then want to fight people. So to cut down on that, they put extra security on, and that still didn't work. So what they now do they've got sniffer dogs, and when you get to the port, obviously every cruise you've ever been on, you have to put your backpack or whatever it is through the scanner. But before you even get to that stage, your bags, you stand up against a wall with 10 other people.
Yeah,
you put your bag
time it's happened to us.
Put your bag in front of you, and then the drug dogs go across the front and have a good old snort to your bag. And then if you're all good, you get on. But I can say that when we got on the ship, we still smelt what we like to call wacky backy.
On that occasion, but we've been back. Well, we've been back to America, to Fort Lauderdale, and it didn't smell so bad, did it? But yeah, we've never had our cases searched. That we've asked to be opened our case. But hand luggage, when you go on ships, you need to put them through the detector anyway. So they do check. Barbara's saying in 2 weeks' time she's boarding Queen Victoria. That's exciting. And Paul's here. Paul Robinson, lovely to see you here. Paul and Sue, I believe your 100th cabin booked on your group cruise. Looking forward to it. It should be so much fun. We've sat down with Dan and gone through a plan of what we want to do to meet up with, have a venue every day for a couple of hours so we can meet up with everyone and make sure that we spend some time. There's going to be a lot of people, but it's going to be such a fun time.
And I'm excited because obviously when Dan told us, I asked him if you were Paul Robinson, the former Tottenham in England goalkeeper. So yes. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Rebecca's saying also about her going to Norway and Sky Prince Airport, and all the ports we're stopping on have hop on, hop off buses. We're buying our Skylift tickets on the port. Yeah, it's hop on, hop off. We've done the hop on, hop off hop on, hop off in Stavanger, and that was quite interesting, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Just to see the back streets of there. It was just takes you out a little bit further than you can walk. So Tony remains saying about Copenhagen. Copenhagen cruise miles from anywhere. When a few places get the ship shuttle is a good option. Once in the centre, you pretty much walk to most attractions, so that's good to know. Purple Haze is saying hi from Canada. Lovely to have you here.
Hello.
And Claire's just dropping in to say hi before going out with dinner with her dad. So she messaged us earlier. Bob and Ella's cruise out. We're cruising on the Sky Prince in Norwegian fjords. A tad excited as EasyJet are flying to Southampton from Glasgow and are reasonably priced.
Wow.
Loganair are ridiculously expensive. That's great because flights at the moment, we're just trying to be to sort out visiting Canada before we join our cruise in Boston and catching up with our friends at Cruising Canucks before we go on Gary's group cruise. And it's the flights are just absolutely crazy if we want to then explore other areas of Canada, which is a shame. But that's nice to see you've got a deal there.
We love it when people
yeah,
get
we
a
do.
deal.
So Karen's saying she's off. I'm so excited. I'm off on Iona on Saturday for 2 weeks. First time away since I broke my ankle in July. If the weather is bad, I'll strap myself in bed and get a room service. Good plan. Oh, Paul's just booked NYC and QM2 for 2025 after watching a vlog. It looked fantastic. Do you know, it was an incredible trip, wasn't it?
It didn't look fantastic. It was fantastic.
Having that time in New York and meeting up with old Kevin B, who's a great friend of ours now, was just so much fun. And just having that relaxed time coming back, it was just so civilized, wasn't it, Paulie? We got home, no jet lag, just totally chilled. It was brilliant.
People said we did it the wrong way around because you lose an hour 5 days out of the 7, but you also don't get the jet lag, which is brilliant. Because like I said, doing the week in New York first, and then you get that relaxation coming back, in our humble opinion, is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, it worked so well for us. Kath saying she loves our vlogs and your lives, very entertaining. Well, thank you so much for doing that. Michelle's saying I've just started vlogging and love it, but it is hard work and time consuming. I need to book more trips to vlog though. It is hard work, but it's very rewarding. We started vlogging just to add sustenance to our website and obviously to have a memories on film, wasn't it? So, but it's turned into much more than that. So good luck with it. So let's see. Striker Maguire. Question: hi guys, have you ever cruised on NCL Norwegian Dawn? We haven't. We've still yet to get on NCL because our booked cruise on the Bliss was cancelled and we haven't booked one yet. But it is definitely on our to-do list, isn't it? Oh, Lionel's here saying that going on Iona on the 10th of Feb, the same cruise we met you both last year. I hope it's as good as we're seeing family in Belgium. Yes, it was a great week.
Well, it won't be as good, will it? Because we're not there.
Let's see. Cheryl's just saying about those asking about the disabilities and accessibility. My cousin's wife cruise, she's in a wheelchair. They've had no problems. If she can't get on them, they stay on the ship and rest. Exactly, yeah. And Rebecca's saying the same. Travelled on Princess with a wheelchair and a walker. They were fantastic. Room was fab and roomy. They couldn't do enough for me. Yeah, just check out like I say, our cabin reviews on our website and that post we've got on our website too.
So I have to say, it was annoying because we went on Iona when it was limited to 1,000 passengers, and my dad was booked to go on. No, he wasn't booked to go on. We tried to book him to go on, and they said they didn't have any accessible cabins left. And my dad said, "Oh, you two go. Don't worry about that." So we went on there. And they put us in an accessible cabin. Yeah. So it was a smack in the mouth, really, which was very annoying. But I have to say, the cabin was spectacular. It was so roomy, and it was a standard balcony cabin, but the balcony was huge. The room was huge. It was very, very good. Which, if you are looking for an accessible cabin on Iona, if you go onto our website, YouTube channel, we've got a video, and you'll be amazed at how big it is, and obviously you'll know really the number of the cabin, and it's definitely one to look out for if you're going on there and you've got accessible needs.
Kevin B saying loves me a breakfast cocktail. Yeah.
yeah.
And Emma Cruises is here, so love to see Emma. She's saying Paul's doing a lot of maths in this stream. So Emma's the soda queen, so she can tell you all about soda. We're more the alcohol.
Yeah.
We're at the other end of the spectrum. And Emma's just saying again about travel insurance, get it banged in, which is exactly what you said. So let's just go back up here to see, because I've seen a few more questions.
So
that we can.
So Emma's acronym then for travel insurance is Gibby or Gibby. Get it banged in.
Yes, Gibby. So let's have a look here. Oh, I've lost my thread now. Guys are saying, my wife and I love your vlogs, always very informative, and your personality says you make your videos very entertaining. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And JB and Travers very kindly said, please comment, share, and subscribe. So please do, if you if you watch any of our videos, if you leave us a comment about anything at all, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps it grow. So please do that.
Well, I've been very disappointed with the amount of tea towel comments, I have to say, of late.
Oh, we don't mind at all.
There's been no mention of Angel Delight.
No mention of Angel Delight. We haven't talked about that for a long time. And Dutchy 6 says she loves our vlog, so thank you so much. Lots of discussion about the hotels in there. Some people saying skip the Ibis budget. It is very raw, isn't it? As in very basic. Yeah. So it depends on your budget.
They're not lying when they say it's budget.
No, exactly that.
But it depends on your budget. Because you will struggle to find anything cheaper in Southampton, but it is very, very basic. And
Johnny and Will just saying about the Holiday Inn and the Moxie. We've stayed at all of them and they're fine. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about those is they don't have a safe. So if you just want to not carry all your bits and bobs around. So Malfi saying about your Virgin Cruise and Cruise Monkey videos remind me of the old Club 1830 holidays, Matt and Sally. Yes, yeah, I did a fair share of girly holidays 1830. I've got some great memories, but I won't be discussing the details on here.
Or in front of me, I would imagine.
Christina's just saying that's very interesting. Problem with Virgin, you can't choose a specific cabin. So that's very annoying. We did, because when we booked, both ours were guaranteed cabins, weren't they? Because we ended up above the nightclub, which was absolutely a nightmare.
Oh, we laughed.
Oh, he laughed. Can you imagine, Paulie? That's why we ended up in the nightclub till 4 a.m. and then got COVID, didn't we?
Yeah. It was great. I mean, the more I think about that Virgin cruise, the better it seems. And then we went to go for a swim, but we couldn't because the pool was full because there was already 2 people in it.
Exactly that. Cheryl saying hello from Edmonton in Alberta. It's getting warmer. That's great to hear. Lou saying there's no kettle on a Virgin cabin. That's right. What people tend to do is take like a little flask so that you can go to the galley, fill it up with hot water.
Not the buffet, mind. It's not the buffet. No, it's the galley.
Well, Morella's got that concept now, Polly, so it's not all, and you love Morella.
Shut up. Richard Branson, you monkey. Call things by its proper name.
Let me have a look down there. Just want to say thank you, Nick and Trace, for our £20 super chat. That's very, very generous.
There you are. You do realise that, because Nick says that he wants to come and have a beer with us. But
he's a patron, so he can have a beer with us anytime.
But I think that when he turns up, I'm going to be buying all the beer because of all the 20 quid.
Yes. Roger's just saying, I have to say, I love the way you both sit on your beds during your cruise and chit chat with us. Makes me feel that we're sitting together having a great time. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Roger. We try to intertwine it with obviously in the moment stuff and just show you exactly what, if you're planning on booking a cruise, for example, our vlogs at the moment on Queen Mary 2, what you can expect it to be like. Because it's not about saying, look, we're on this cruise, you must book this cruise. It's like saying, actually, we're on this cruise and it probably isn't suitable for you. So Barbara's saying you two are so cheerful. Your banter. I can't remember the last time someone explained Paul was cheerful.
All my cheer is inside.
Definitely. And philosophy.
Go on, Annie.
Philosophy nerd lady saying, did either of you experience C6 on transatlantic cross on the QM2? Thanks for this. No. Queen Mary 2, she's just cuts through the Atlantic Ocean like butter.
In the episode that's going out Friday, we do a bit of outside stuff with when I get my big pole out.
Yes.
And I had a job to hold on to it. It was that windy outside. but you
Yeah.
don't feel a thing. Literally don't feel a thing.
No, we didn't have any. I guess the only place I think where we felt a little bit because it was windy that day was we were right at the front of the Commodore Club, and we felt a tiny bit of motion, but nothing compared to the we felt on smaller ships.
It didn't even wake up the 60 people that was asleep in there.
No, it didn't. Jackie's here, so obviously Jackie. So we met Jackie on Azamara and met your lovely family, isn't it?
My quiz buddy.
Yes, she is your quiz buddy.
I've never ever lost a quiz
until you went with Jackie.
No. Oh, see what, Jackie? I told you I was a nice one. I've never ever lost a quiz when I've been in the same team as Jackie.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
she was just saying about Canada flights it's mental. It was just we couldn't get our head around. And I said to Dan, "Can you recheck all those flights?" But they are. So we've gone to Plan B. So we
rechecked them and they went up.
No. So let's see. Jack is also saying it makes a day watcher. So thank you so much for joining us. Let's have a look because I'm aware we've gone over the hour, but I'm going to check if we've got any other questions here. David's asking, hi, have you ever been to Galapagos? We're on Celebrity Flora in 2025 and wonder if you have any tips. No, David, but go and check out Bob and Holly, lovely friends of ours, Innocents Abroad, have been to Galapagos, and I think they were on one of the celebrity ships. So make sure were they on? I'm sure they were on Celebrity with that. They've done an expedition cruise with Celebrity, and I'm sure it was Flora. So make sure you go and check them out because
Innocents Abroad, they do some lovely stuff.
And they've got some great, so they'll be able to. It's on our to-do list, Galapagos, but it's a little out of our budget at the moment. So Catherine just saying about coach travel, you can get to Southampton. Yeah, so that's Adrian's asking about the question about the group cruise. Does anyone know what the price of the bus is? So it looks like you can.
I didn't throw this out there. Does the National Express do any coaches from your neck of the woods to Southampton? Because I know it's not as far, but we've just done Gloucester to London, where we had a Patreon meetup, which was fabulous, incidentally.
Yeah,
and it was like 22 quid return per person, which I thought was just dirt cheap, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that sort of stuff is an option.
No, just see Mark's here. So lovely to see you, Mark, over in California on deck late. But always lovely to. It doesn't matter what time you join, as long as you join and say hi. That's great. Let's just see because I thought I missed a couple of questions up here. Let's just have a look. Yeah, Sarah's booked the Premier. Lots of people booking the Premier in Central Southampton. And we've got family there, so you leave your car. That's handy, isn't it? So let's just have a look down here.
Because even if you
Ted say amen, Paul, cater to us old farts.
Yeah. Because the Premier Inn, you can park in the West Quay car park and it's £6 for 24 hours. But if you go onto their website, the first thing it says on their website is if you leave your car parked here, there's a very good chance it'll be vandalized or stolen, which isn't the sort of selling points that I'm looking for. So if you stay there for
but whether that happens or not, we've got no evidence of that, do we? So you park at your own risk, don't you?
I just panic, and I think when it's at like with the Holiday Inn, you park around the back of the Holiday Inn, and the only people that go in. It's not
secure though. People could walk there.
Yeah, they could, but it seems more secure than in a multi-story that you can
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know, I understand that. Yeah. Cheryl's just saying also you should do research about the manners of the country that you're going to visit. You should always respect the country and traditions. Totally that, Cheryl. Totally that. Looking at Morella for a honeymoon in 2011, the Med on Discovery. Good idea or not? Good idea. We had some fun cruises on Discovery. So yeah. We love Morella.
And even though it's an older ship, I still think it's got one of the most fabulous atriums out there. Beautiful atrium. And
Angela's saying that she did a Christmas room cruise in December. Don Tui May, good value for money. They do. The initial prices, when you look at some of the Morella stuff, is the prices have definitely gone up. There's no two ways about it. However, there are still some good deals to have. So do make sure you check those out because we put. We're trying every Saturday. Dan's giving us some deals to put out, but we're also putting some affiliate deals from Morella up because we love cruising with them. And if we spot a good deal, then we'll share it with you. So thanks both. I've asked, and Nicola says she can create a nice travel bog for your camper van. Brilliant.
With Paul and Carole toilet roll. Oh.
Yeah, and Alfie's saying travel bog. Sounds potty. Susan's asking, where are you going on the group cruise? We're off to Scandinavia. We're off to Norway and Denmark. So go to our website. It's a group cruise page, and all the details are there.
That's paulandcarolelove2travel.com.
And Barbara's saying, if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button. Yes, please give us a thumbs up. It's really important. And Lisa saying Quebec City's their hometown. You'll love it there in September. Yeah. We're really excited about that itinerary because it's none of the ports we've been to. We're going out of Boston and doing up parts of Canada and Newfoundland. So yes. Right then, so let's just have a look at if there's anything else that we've missed here. But we are back to next Thursday for our live next week. So we've had to do the last 2 Wednesdays because of different things that we've got going on.
Circumstances beyond our control.
Exactly. So
but they're back in our control next week, and it'll be Thursday. And then after that, which we'll discuss it next Thursday.
Yes.
We're still going to be attempting to do lives, but they're going to be on the weekends.
They are.
Because of the time difference. But we're going to try and aim for...
Well, it looks like it might be. We thought it would be on a Sunday, 12 midday, but it looks like our travel days seem to be landing on a Sunday. So it might be that we'll try and go live about 12 midday on a Saturday, which I know is not going to suit everyone. 12 midday UK time, which will then be in Thailand. It will be 7 p.m. So we're going to try, but hopefully for you that don't watch this live or I'll watch it live and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to miss that out. We always keep these lives on our website, on our YouTube channel, so you can catch up and watch them anytime. Barbara says she loses flasks to hold alcohol. Oh. And Sue saying pop-up kettles are great for traveling. If you're allowed them on cruise ships, don't take much space in the cruise ship. There are rules for taking kettles and irons. So unfortunately, oh, and Jerry's saying, do go and check out. We're going to finish here because we're aware it's we're well over the hour. But Jerry's just saying, Paul and Carole, will Carole ever put the jam on first? On our latest vlog that's going out on Friday, which obviously Jerry's already seen because he gets early access, we go to Cunard's iconic afternoon tea and we have the debate about the jam.
There is no debate. Somebody's even giving you the science behind it. Because the jam's heavier, it squashes all the air out the cream and it spoils everything. I mean, to be fair, that completely ruined my cruise. So we're doing that the wrong way around.
Oh, really?
No, it didn't.
Sandra's here. Sandra Meredith. We had a great Aussie Zoom yesterday, didn't we? Chatting to our members there. It was great fun. So and Emma's just saying, love the beanies on your website shop. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, we're really chuffed that who'd have thought, isn't it, that we'd have merch with our logo on that people would want to buy it, but it's gone down really, really well.
Who'd have thought? And Sandra can vouch for this. Carole says, right, we're going to go now. And the least bit of interaction from somebody sends her off on a tangent.
I know.
And then
I'm excited because all these people, I know, but Rhonda, look, Rhonda's going on the conning time on Tuesday at Sunday, cruise to Hawaii and back.
I know.
Oh, have a fabulous time.
In the words of Andrea Bocelli, what is it, Annie? It's time to say goodbye. Oh, don't sing.
I won't sing. You can sing it. And Resume just saying, please remember to click the thumbs up, subscribe, and if you're not already, show Paul and Carole that you care, and it's free. Yes, subscribing to our YouTube channel is totally free, and we would definitely appreciate it. So thanks to everyone for joining.
Thank you so much.
We will see you same place, but different day. So next Thursday, same place.
We'll see
on your computer screen or TV, or wherever you are in the world.
We'll see you a week tomorrow. Don't forget the new blog's out on Friday. Stay safe. Catch you later.
Yes. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye for now.